Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with The Sopranos. Last time around, what was last episode called? The Happy Wanderer. That was it. Sorry. Since we're on to this part of the season, I had to scroll over so I couldn't see what the last. None of this matters. Anyway, the T-1000 showed up, wanted to play poker, didn't have money, and then owed a lot of money to Tony and to Richie. And basically gave Tony his son's car so that he could take that as part of the payment, and that just created an even bigger rift between Tony and Meadow. So, yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much that. Yeah, that literally was the entire plot, so we might as well just jump right into this episode of The Sopranos. Here we go. This is something I think about every episode, but specifically at the line when he says, "When the blues walked in our town," it immediately cuts to a dude walking in blue jeans. I just feel like that's on purpose. And I notice it every episode, now it bugs me, so now you can enjoy that. Oh, lawnmowers. There's no sound in the world quite like a lawnmower. What the hell? Oh, it was AJ.
What'd you freak out for?
The car was, like, not close to you at all.
Holy shit.
Well, this'll go down well.
Christopher said you're here shooting a movie. That must be so interesting.
This is the first
The look
project
he
I
just
brought
gave
in
her.
John.
Who's John?
John Favreau, she's head of his development. I told you that.
You told me Tarantino.
I worked for Quentin. He's still a friend.
Wow.
Anyway,
What's he like in person?
Incredibly funny, smart. John's totally accessible. You guys should come visit the set.
No, I meant Vince Vaughn.
Meh.
Hey!
We don't care about the man who created the Lion King live-action remake, yet also Iron Man. He's a very complicated person.
Christopher.
Don't worry, Chris is gonna work on this.
who? Me?
What does he want?
Hey, Bridge and Tunnel Boy, chill out.
Oh. Chris didn't yell, he didn't use violence, he just said something and...
Hey guys, let's go to Tribeca Grill. It's cooler. It's better.
Why are we leaving?
Go. Just do it.
Well, she really liked that.
Slip in your script. That's what they call it. Slip in the script. Who knows? You know?
Hmm.
Would it be so friggin' horrible to attend a premiere?
God, what if they actually
even
have
have
Jon
one.
Favreau?
What?
Oh,
have a
she
problem?
saved it.
Hey, Jan, I told you, I'm not
I
interested.
believe in you.
Aw. Sometimes they actually seem like a wholesome couple.
It wasn't my fault.
Oh.
You stole my car. Where is the trust in this house?
I love that was like
Where'd I get
5
first? I'm gonna be a
seconds
man.
of that
Lost
thing
my can't
falling
drive.
off.
Oh, you really want to get into this, huh?
Oh, here we
How
go.
was that man?
You could have killed those girls.
Now that would have been interesting.
What? What did you just say?
What?
Death just shows the ultimate absurdity of life. What is this?
What?
Are you trying to get me to lose my temper because I'm about to put you through that goddamn window? See? That's what I mean. Life is absurd.
Don't say that.
God, he's an entirely different, complicated teenager to his sister.
Do you ever think, like, why were we born?
Madame de Stael said, in life one must choose between boredom and suffering.
Oh no. They're both pretentious together.
No, I'm serious. Why were we born?
I don't know, life, man. You ever thought about a wall?
Because of Adam and Eve, that's why. Now go upstairs and do your math.
Algebra? That's the most boring.
Well, you're the choice
I mean-
of suffering. You want to start now?
Okay. I agree with you on the algebra, but, You're just saying words because you wrecked the car.
But what do you got for me? If I had some coffee. Cut the quips. Tell me about the merger talks.
What do you want me to say? Philadelphia's been putting pressure on the Shy business?
That's been going on since Moses wore short pants.
You guys did clarify that he is actually the rat. Jimmy wasn't, but Jimmy's dead now.
Why was I born? He tells me he's got no purpose.
And how'd you answer him?
I told him it cost about 150 grand to bring him up so far, so if he's got no purpose, I want a fucking refund.
Are you angry with Anthony Jr. about the car?
They can't put shit back on the donkey. Boys will be boys. It's this other crap.
Meh.
And that's not normal.
Yeah, he was just being normal parent about the car. Now he's mad.
How is your mother?
She's dead to me.
Okay. What about two other people?
How's he supposed to understand that? And in general, the whole strain of the current atmosphere in your household.
But that don't give him the right to mouth off.
Sounds to me
Well,
like
still.
Anthony Jr. may have stumbled onto existentialism.
Fucking internet.
No,
Meh.
it's a European philosophy.
European internet.
After World War II, has Anthony Jr. heard you say she's dead to me?
I don't know.
Well, don't you think that kind of talk could lead a kid to embrace these ideas?
Oh, so now this is my fault.
No. Just
When some people
byproduct.
first realize.
And the other one too. I seen her. That movie my girlfriend likes with Uma. What's her name?
Eh.
John, this is Christopher.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh my god, that is Jon Favreau.
Swingers kicked ass.
Thanks. Thank you. And thanks for coming out here. I appreciate it, seriously.
God, he's so young.
What were you doing?
Michelle, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can we cut for a second?
Oh god, we're actually in the camera. I didn't even realize.
Hey, bitch. You don't like bitch? We discussed this. We're losing light. It's not that I don't like it. I just
We're losing
feel
light?
the
It's like-
last thing my
like
lover
what,
says
11 in the
now,
morning?
particularly-
Bukyak.
What?
Let that one call that one Bukyak.
That sounds more interesting.
Attaboy, Chris, get that Italian in there.
What?
Bukyak. If she's from Brooklyn.
Bukyak.
That sounds okay.
Okay, let's roll.
I like it.
What does it mean?
Okay.
I like that.
Eh.
Okay, pictures up. Let's lock it up.
Maybe I shouldn't have said it. Should I have censored that too? It's in another language YouTube won't know.
God is dead. Who said that?
Nietzsche. He's a 19th century philosopher from Germany.
Isn't it Nietzsche?
Anyway,
Oh.
that's why I'm not getting confirmed.
Enough with that shit, all right? Your confirmation's coming up this weekend, and you are getting confirmed.
That sucks my nut.
Hey, you got a lot of balls, you know that? You go to Catholic school,
Yeah,
and your
and
mother
they're
wants
getting
it.
sucked right now.
What is she?
That's the one beef I have with swingers. You guys pattern yourselves after Frank and Dean, but there was like a pussy-assness to it.
Well, I mean, it was kind of the point of the piece. I mean, you know, it's like...
So, you brought us your script.
Anywho.
Yeah, but
Come on, let's see it.
nah. Jon Favreau, Rocky Marciano, Deep Impact, Swingers.
Iron Man, The Lion King, The Mandalorian, for God's sake.
Holy fucking shit, that thing is still alive? If I told you 15 years ago that she was a piece of ass, would you believe me?
What?
What happened?
Forget it.
Oh, well, now you got us interested, man.
Just talking, you know?
Undoes the skirt, reaches in, grabs hold of a goddamn prick.
Jesus Christ.
So my friend, right, he can't let this story get out, and he wants to humiliate the freak as much as he was humiliated. So he gets this fucking acid, you know? Burns everything. He pours it on her arms, on her face, everywhere. Her prick.
That's one bad motherfucker.
But that's
This
how
suddenly
good
got
looking this
real.
broad used.
And if you gotta use a belt, go ahead. He's bombing out in school. They got a C, 3 D's, and an F. Hold on, look at this kid.
Hey, Anthony, how you making out in school?
I got a C, 3 D's, and a F.
Meh, well, he's honest.
Why didn't you call?
Oh, we were only there for like half an hour, and then him and Amy wanted me to give him kind of like a tour around Jersey. What? Vince Vaughn didn't come down there.
You didn't take her with, but... I don't know.
If you're looking for a purpose in life, do what's right is your purpose.
That's not what Nietzsche says.
Oh,
Nietzsche.
There, I was
Let
right.
me tell you something. Nietzsche wound up talking to his horse. And I know what you're gonna tell me.
No, I talked to my
Sartre,
dog,
right?
so...
Well, Sartre was a fucking fraud. He copped it all from Husserl and Heidegger.
Wow, he's actually been through this exact phase and come out the other side.
I'm not in the third fucking act yet.
Your inciting incident doesn't happen until page 12. It should be on page 3.
See, I knew that arc shit fucked me up. I tried making it all these 3 dimensions like she said.
Here, sit. I'll show you.
Sit on the bed.
Okay.
With her very loose robe.
Yeah, I was thinking.
So you like my script?
It's very good, Christopher. You want me to tell you what all 7 are?
7 what?
The human needs. Survival.
Yeah.
Safety and security.
Well, the first 2.
The need to understand.
Oh. God, next to the fruit and everything. Hey, so what, you gonna tell me the last one, aren't you?
What's the purpose?
Of what?
Being here on our planet. Earth.
I mean...
Those kids were dead meat. What's the use?
Here's the thing.
What's the purpose?
You can question your purpose.
Have to have a purpose.
But you're already here.
The world is a
So you just kind of gotta do it.
And if you want my advice, Anthony, don't expect happiness. You won't get it. People let you down. And I'm not naming any names. But in the end, you die in your own arms.
Cool. Thanks. But that's why you must achieve your own happiness.
I'm not gonna answer unless you ask.
No, that's cool, man. I'm sorry.
No, come on, you can ask me.
No, it's cool.
Oh, come on.
This
on,
feels like a bad
Come on,
time,
Rocky,
like
come on.
while he's high.
Did I think he should wear those tabs on his shoes?
Yeah, now see, that's the question I was going to ask you.
They sound cool. They're his trademark. But in the hit against Rocco, somebody's gonna hear him walking on the roof.
Right, yeah, that's a problem.
I'm kind of nervous right now, but he can't just beat up Jon Favreau, right?
You can smell the tar on Frankie's shoes, and then he knows that his son's the killer.
Quickly wiping off
Holy
all
fuck,
fingerprints
that's
from that
fucking
gun.
great.
Alright, a little nerve-wracking, but he's got it.
I spent all day with my best friend Anna, picking out her bridesmaids' dresses.
Still haven't found anything for Anthony's confirmation.
With all the flowers coming into bloom, I would love to be a June bride.
Hold on,
Where's your
are we
June
having
prom?
dinner with Adriana? What are we... Oh, okay, Chris is here, too.
You okay, Christopher?
Fine.
This
We
is...
were just discussing Anna's wedding.
This is
about
weird.
you guys?
What about who got?
It's weird that Carmela's having interactions with these people. It's like watching Skylar interact with Jesse.
He didn't mean that.
Oh, fuck him. I tried so hard to be supportive with his art and with getting his screenplay made.
His screenplay?
Oh, no. Oh, God, that dramatic zoom in, though.
So what'd your father do? Was he a movie producer?
He's a neurosurgeon at Cedars-Sinai. What is this, question and answer hour?
I want to know about you.
Did you miss the bed? You almost made it all the way over there.
The fuck you talking about?
You said your wise guy friend was at a swing set. This guy gets his dick sucked at the Statue of Liberty.
Don't you understand where I come from? I explained it how many times?
Well, now it's a problem. Man, he's gotta wear a wire.
Christopher, based on Mickey Blue Eye's first weekend foreign, there's a wait-and-see attitude towards mafia-related projects right now, so we're gonna have to pass.
Did John say that? Are those his words?
I speak for John, and if you'd let me finish, we want to assure you that we'll certainly take a look at anything else you write.
You're
Just
good.
not mafia.
Christopher.
Were you proud of him?
Oh, yeah. Where's the corn?
In the kitchen.
Mm.
Someplace you got here, Tom.
Hey, thing one and
Have a
thing
drink.
two.
Fucking
The
resort
thing stands for trouble.
Hey, little brother.
No, the bar's down the hall, Richie. Over there. Oh, and we count the silverware.
Hi, I'm Janice Soprano.
Janice now?
It just, whatever. Depends on the episode.
No neighbor of mine.
What'd you hear on that?
Tony, we're out of ice in here.
All right.
I fucking tried. Oh no, please don't tell me he's like trying drugs or something.
Oh, shit.
You too. Get out of here.
What happened? What's the matter?
You don't want to know.
Meh.
Fucking kid's down in the garage getting high.
All right, let me talk.
This is not the Anthony Soprano the government wants you to talk to, puss.
I was 16 years old, and my kid sister Nucci, she had the spinal meningitis, and she got to a point where she couldn't breathe, and she was in the hospital. And your father, he was the only one. He came with me every day. He sat by her bed. I was down there waiting online for a hamburger when she passed away.
Aww.
Oh, she died, huh?
Yeah.
See, you know what really pisses me off about my dad? He did all these great things. Then. Before he was my dad.
Meh.
Now he's just an asshole.
Hey. Listen to me. Your father would catch a bullet for you. Don't you ever forget that.
Uncle Pussy? What's the matter?
Nothing.
Oh, is he gonna say fuck it? I wonder if he like disabled it when he did the hug, so he at least has an excuse.
I'm gonna go back in there and be with my guests. Exactly 10 minutes I'm gonna look up. If you're not here, I'm gonna assume that you went to look for whatever the fuck it is that's calling you out there. And then I will never see you again.
Damn.
If you are still here, then I'm gonna assume that you got no other desire in the world but to be with me. And your actions will show me that every fucking second of every fucking day. Now you understand me? Don't answer me. Take the 10 minutes. You think about it.
Damn. No, he's not actually gonna go, is he? Well, he didn't disable it. Back into hell. Oh, boy. Well, you kind of never know what to expect with a Chris episode. I'm assuming this is the end of the Chris writing arc. Which, hey, he got an arc. He got a story arc. It, you know, it's such an interesting thing because, like, you know, we'll have, you know, guest stars like Robert Patrick in the last episode, or was John Hurd in season 1. Like, we'll have some of these, I would say, kind of bigger actors. Well, not bigger, but you wouldn't normally see them guest starring in a television show. But, hey, this is The Sopranos, you know? Jon Favreau is an interesting one because it's not just that he's guest starring. He's guest starring himself. And that's an interesting thing. Like, Jon Favreau is canon to The Sopranos. Like I assume this is... like, you could kind of sit there and think, well, is this canon to his real life? Obviously, none of these other characters exist. Chris doesn't exist. But I don't know. It's just such an interesting idea of, like, yeah, we're going to actually bring in Jon Favreau and have him guest star in this. Like, I don't know. That's interesting. And Janine Garofalo. So, Janine Garofalo's expedition to Mount Everest, starring me. Anyway. Okay. I don't know. There are like 8 different things happening in this episode, and it's crazy. So I guess we'll just go through it. I guess we'll start with Pussy. So, Puss, I mean, he's just... He feels bad doing it, you know? He feels bad doing it, being the rat. He probably has some guilt about Jimmy, too, you know? The fact that Jimmy took the bullet, you know? Which is interesting that Jimmy wasn't the rat, you know? I know I just said, you know, like 8 times. But Jimmy wasn't the rat. but he took the bullet for it. And then, now Pussy's probably feeling guilty about that, on top of feeling guilty for, betraying. Which, this is why, and it was, government agent man, that, picked him up that day, and, his song is like, oh, you don't know Tony Soprano anything and stuff, and it's like, but now it's like, no, it's not just that, oh, they've been working together for a number of years. It's like, no, they were basically brothers, Like, Tony has more of an attachment to Puss than he does his own sisters, So that's the thing. And that story, that Tony was the only person, went with him every single day he went to see his sister in the hospital, And he just feels guilty about that, All that guilt. But at the same time, if he doesn't do this, he's gonna, be sent to jail, basically. This is his get out of jail card, essentially. But I'm almost wondering if he's just gonna, go for it, just be like, you know what? That's bad. The thing is, if he gets arrested, it's probably going to get out, and then what if Tony puts out a hit on him in the jail, I don't know, man. I don't know. And then there's AJ. AJ's getting existential. He's at that point in his life. I mean, here's the thing. When you ask, what is the purpose? Why were we born? All that stuff. That, it's perfectly okay to question stuff like that. Philosophical debates, and that's all great. I will say, though, the question cannot, overcome your life. What is the purpose? Why are we here? Well, while you figure that out, you got to do something. You got to do something while you're here, There's no real changing the fact that you are here. I mean, there is one way of changing the fact that you're here, but let's not go there. So that's the thing. It's like, well, you're here now, so you got to do something about it, and not piss off your parents. That's a start. You don't want to be a Catholic. That's fine, but pissing off your parents to no end, stealing your mother's car, wrecking it, and smoking marijuana, that's, if you don't want to be a Catholic, that's sure, go ahead, whatever, that doesn't matter. That's not an actual bad thing to not, you want to question stuff, that's fine. You want to not be a Catholic anymore, that's fine. But you are breaking the law. Now, I guess one could argue he is breaking the laws of God, by not wanting to be a Catholic, by questioning, God and everything. But the Catholic Church doesn't have a police force and, jail that they can send you to, or juvie that they can send you to. The American government does. So there's a bit of a difference, There's a bit of a difference. You should obey the laws of the United States because they're the ones that can be enforced. You could obey the laws of the Catholic Church, but if you don't, what are they going to do about it? I don't know. Now that doesn't mean, but and then obviously there's some overlap there. I'm pretty sure. Now I say this, I'm not a Catholic, so maybe I'm a bit out of the loop. I'm pretty sure they don't condone murder per se. We don't need to even go into contradictions within the Catholic Church, but I'm pretty sure at a base they don't condone murder. The United States government also does not condone murder. So, there's still some overlap, There's also overlap of smoking marijuana. Now, this is 2000, but even today, pretty sure a teenager can't smoke marijuana. So, there is still some overlap, There is still some overlap. You're also too young to be driving a car. Now, that's not in the Bible. They didn't have cars. But it is under the United States law. So, there's things you can be doing and things you should not be doing. I don't know. But yeah, And the whole thing when he talked to Livia about, like, you know, don't expect happiness because you're not going to get it. It's like, well, don't expect happiness. Don't expect happiness to be handed to you on a silver platter. Like, you can go out into the world and society be like, it's good to see you. Here's your happiness. That's not going to happen. But you should try to create your happiness yourself. It's dependent on you. No one else is going to do this for you. You need to do it, you know? And with that, Livia has not done it, you know? If she wanted happiness, if she wanted her son to, you know, take care of her in her old age, she pretty much did everything possible to drive him away, you know? And even her daughter, who is here to take care of her, you kind of screwed that one up too, didn't you? You know, it's like at this point with Livia, it's like you've kind of got no one to blame but yourself for everything. It's like, because even with how you raised them, if you hadn't done all these things, like having a hit put out on Tony, you know, stuff like that. So, I don't know. Yeah. You know, Dr. Melfi really should have sessions with AJ, because, like, as she was talking, as Tony was talking about that, she was really getting into it, like, yes, this is the stuff we can talk about, you know? And I was a little worried at first. I thought, is Tony going to get pissed? But he was kind of listening. He still didn't like it, but he was kind of listening. He was like, yeah, I don't know, I still don't like it or any of this, but he was at least listening. It's like, honestly, AJ should probably go see Dr. Melfi, you know? Someone who can work through these things with him, who's not just Tony getting pissed. I mean, he even said, like, are you trying to make me lose my temper? Because you're about to go through that fucking window, you know? I don't know. They probably all need therapy, for goodness sake. Carmela probably needs therapy, too. Anyway, and then there's Chris and Jon Favreau. That was interesting. I don't remember the word that Chris said, but I don't have to censor that out, right? I've been censoring the C word because I just assume that YouTube's not cool with that, you know, like so I've been censoring that out. Do I need to censor it out in Italian, though? Even I said it just openly when I was like, yeah, that. And he was like, it means this. I was like, oh, whoops. It's like, it's in another language. This is this is an English speaking YouTube channel because I speak English, and I don't know. I think it'll be okay, but, yeah, anyway. But Chris got put through the Hollywood ringer. He had a thing with Amy. He was shafting Adriana, which that looks like it's like actually like done, you know, like that they might actually be done finally. Because, like, I mean, hey, we talk about, you know, cutting out toxic people in your life in this show. Chris is the toxic person in Adriana's life. She does stick with him for so long, but, like, look, girl, you can do so much better than Chris. I don't know. He thought he could do better with Adriana, but Amy's terrible. I don't know. It's just Chris got played. He shouldn't be saying these things. I mean, he even knew with the one person, the acid person. It's just like, oh, you know, my buddy would kill me if he knew I said this, and then, you know, that's going into that script. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him. I don't know. Because, see, on the one hand, I'm like, oh, man, what if this movie comes out and, you know, someone's pissed at Chris? But on the other hand, it's like, it probably won't happen because we're probably never going to see Jon Favreau again. Like, it was one thing, like, at the beginning, like, before we started this episode, I was like, are we going to keep going with the whole, like, the David thing from last episode? Like, you know, oh, he's got to make up the money, and there's, you know, there's the rift between Meadow and Tony, and it's just like, and then we had this episode, and it's like, nope. That's the thing. This is, like, episodically serialized television. Like, it is serialized, but at the same time, it's like every episode is kind of self-contained, you know? So, and of course I say that on this episode, which is pretty much the climax of Chris's whole screenwriter arc. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, but it's episodically serialized. It is, you know, we kind of joked about it in season 1, but it's sort of a slice of life gangster show, you know? It's like a slice of life anime about gangsters, about the mafia. And honestly, I think that's the best comparison, you know? So yeah. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else to really talk about with Chris, cuz like I mean, I did like the moment at the end where Tony's like, yo, basically is like, okay, you know, I'm tired of you. I'm tired of your problems. So this is kind of it. You know, it's you're either in or you're out. And it's like, if I look up in 10 minutes and you're gone, I'm never gonna see you again. But if you're still here, then all of this is devoted to me. Because I mean, he hears screenplay, and that's red flags. You know, they talked about that. They talked about that in the first episode of the show. You know, so yeah, it's just like he thought about it and he went back in, and I feel like it has to mean something that when he opens the door, there's all that red light in the house. Like I feel like that is just a, you know, he's walking back into hell, you know, especially because we've never seen such red lighting in Tony's house, you know. So, but yeah. By that, I'm assuming this is the end of the Chris as a screenwriter arc. So, but yeah, interesting stuff, good stuff. Guest starring Jon Favreau and Janine Garofalo and the other person that was also on the script. I'm pretty sure she was also someone. I just don't know her like I know the name Janine Garofalo, because I mean that's just a fun name to say. So yeah, really interesting stuff. I'm curious to see where we are going next time. But that is basically it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Sopranos reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.